Hey guys, how are you? Okay, today we will see how to develop a digital clock in Python. Okay, so let's see the code. Okay, so I'm opening idle where we will develop the code. Okay, so if you want to represent a digital clock, okay, on GUI, simply we will use some components of GUI, and before that, if you want to time from the system, we will use a module known as time. Okay, and what we will do, we will take the individual number of hours, the individual number of minutes, and the individual number of seconds. Okay, so after taking the minutes, hours, and seconds from the time module, okay, we will just print it, or we will just add message on the label. Okay, so we will use some modules. Okay, for getting the time we will use time module, and for displaying the time on the labels we will use label. Okay, so label is the component of GUI. It is the component of tkinter module. Okay, so we require two modules. Okay, that's why we are importing what? First one is I am importing time module for getting the time from the system, and second one I am using tkinter module for on the label. Okay, so I will display the time on the label, and after every 1 second I will configure or I will update the text message that is displayed on the label, because after every 1 second the time will be different, okay, from the previous one. Okay, so I have to update that label also. Okay, so from tkinter import star. Okay, so I have imported two modules. One is time, okay, another is tkinter. Okay, so after tk, okay, so that is done. Okay, so that is fine. After writing this one, what I want to do, I want to make a label, okay, where the time will get displayed. Okay, that's why I am taking one label. I am providing the name label 1 equals to label, and I have to pass the root window. Okay, I want to display. So in the starting I want to display only empty string. Okay, after getting the time I will update that empty string by the actual time that is coming from the system. Okay, but for the time being I am keeping it empty. Okay, so this is simply text, and I can provide the values. Okay, I can provide some attributes for displaying the text in different colors. Okay, so I want to put some foreground color and some text. So it is up to you. If you want, then you can, otherwise you can leave it. Okay, so I am providing here some background color, which is what? Gray, and I am keeping the foreground color cyan. Okay, so it is totally up to you if you want to represent, if you want to provide some colors to the labels, or that whatever the time that will be displayed, okay, you are providing some colors. Okay, so label, then you have to attach that label with the window, with the root window. So that's why I have to use pack method. Okay, so I have used pack method. I want to take the time. Okay, so I will define, or I will call the function inside a user defined function. So I am creating one user defined function, that is nothing, that is a fun. Okay, so fun is a user defined function. Here I am calling it, and here I am providing the definition. Okay, so why I am defining the functions? Simple, the reason is because after every 1 second that's why I am defining in a function. Okay, because after every second the time should be changed, okay, and it should be reflected on the label, okay, where I want to display. Okay, so that's why I am using a function. So after every 1 second I will call the function fun. Okay, but before that I am taking the time from the system. So how I can take the time from the system? With the help of time module. So this is a module that will help you in finding the time. Okay, so in time what we are finding, first we will find the number of hours. Okay, so what is the number of hours, what is the number of minutes, and what is the number of seconds. So for this I am using a string format function. Okay, so string format times either capital H or I can use capital I. Okay, capital H is responsible for the time starting from 00 to 23. So it follows what 20-hour format. And if you are using percentile I, it will follow what 12-hour format. So it is up to you, whatever you want, you can write it here. So I am writing here capital I, so it is in the form of type value. Okay, so simply we can say it is str. Okay, why I have written? Because this will help you in concatenation, because if you are having the string value, then we can concatenate more than one string. Okay, so time.string format function, it will return the string type value, and what value it will return? Definitely it will be the current hour. Okay, for example, it is currently the time is 16. Okay, 16. So the number of hour is 1. Similarly, I can take minute. Okay, so for this I am using a variable mi. Okay, I am not writing min because min is a predefined function that is used to. I am only using mi. Okay, again string format time, and for getting the current minutes I am having percentile m, and similarly for seconds I am having what string format function. Okay, format time, and for getting the seconds you can use percentile s. Okay, now I am having hour, minutes and seconds, and the data type of all these variables hr, they are what? They are string data type. All are string. Okay, all are. Okay, and along with that I can take whether it is am or pm. If you want to take the value of am or pm, then I am using a variable am or pm. Okay, so how you can find out whether it is am or it is pm? Again with the help of time module. Again you can use string format function, and for getting whether it is am or pm, we are having percentile p. Okay, we are having percentile p. Okay, so it will provide you whether it is am or pm. And again the data type is string. Again the data type is string. So what we can do, we can concatenate all these 4 strings. So how we can concatenate? With the help of plus operator. So I am using a variable s, okay, where I will concatenate all the strings. And whenever I am concatenating these strings, I want to separate these values. I want to separate hour from minutes, and minutes from seconds, and seconds from am to pm. So I can use any separator here. It is up to you, whatever you want. And generally we see there is a colon. Okay, there is a colon between hour and minute and second. Okay, so I am also using what? Colon here. String, I have already told you, hr is already string. So string plus colon. So string plus string is string concatenation. Okay, so it will be concatenated. Again I am using this what? mi. So mi will provide you minutes, and again it is a string, and again I am concatenating with this separator colon. Again you can write seconds, then you can write am or pm. Okay, so if you want to use any sign, you can write separation. So I am keeping blank here. Okay, because colon I am providing in between hour and minute and second. Okay, and after second we have to represent what? am or pm. So for this I am using what? Simple blank space. Okay, and we have to write what? am or pm. So I am using a variable am or pm because in this variable the value am or pm is present. So this is what? This is s is a complete string, and that is what? That is the time. Okay, so I am getting the time, but I have to represent that time on the label. Okay, so for that I have to create a label, but I have already created a label. Okay, where there is a text message which is what? Which is currently empty. So what I do, okay, whenever it will call this function, it will take the time, it will take the hour, minute, second, and it will be concatenated, and I will update this empty string by the current time. And where the current time is present, it is present in the variable s. It is present in the variable s in the form of string. Okay, so what I can do, I have to update this text. Okay, I have to configure this text, I have to update this text. So this empty string will be replaced by the current time. So how I can do that? Yes, it is stored in the variable label 1. Okay, so I am using label 1 and I have to update it, I have to configure it. So I am using a function or method configure, and where I can write text should be displayed by what? Text should be replaced by S, because S is what? S is actually a string. S is actually a string, okay, which contains what? Which contains the actual time, which contains the current time. Okay, so for example, currently it is 1:11 p.m. 1:11 p.m. Okay, so in the starting it will display this time 1:11, but you have called this function, okay, but after 1 second, after 1 minute, okay, after 1 second, after some time, the time will get changed, okay, but you are displaying what? You are the same text message, the same time will be displayed for every time, okay, because we have not used any function, we have not calling this function again. So there is a need to update the time after every 1 second. So that's why I will call a function fun again after 1 second. So there is a method known as after, but where it will update? It will update in the label. So what label? It is label 1. So it will update the text in the label 1. After is a method that will call a function whatever the time you have mentioned. Okay, so I am writing here 1000 fun here. Okay, so for example, the current time is 1:13. It is 1:13. It will display the message 1:13. Okay, after displaying this 1:13 and after 1 second, it will call the function again. The number of hours may be same, the number of minutes may be same, but the number of seconds definitely it will get changed. Okay, so it will again concatenate the current time and it will use. Okay, so I can run this program. Okay, so I am saving this program by any name. Okay, so I am writing here digital, okay, 33.py. Okay, this is the program. So if I am running this program, see the result. Okay, see the result. Yes, it is showing the correct time. 1:14 is the correct time is 1:14. You can see here it is 1:14:29 seconds, 1:14:31 seconds, and it is PM. Yes, it is the correct time. So it is showing the correct time. It is 1:14:37. Okay, but the font size is very small. Okay, so we can increase the font size. So I am trying here to increase the font size. So how you can increase the font size? Here I can keep the font size anything. Okay, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever you want. Okay, so it is the font size. So if I am running this program again, now you can see, yes, now the font size is larger in comparison to the previous one. Okay, so now it is what? 115, and I can also improve the look and feel of this program, because at this time it is showing only the time, okay, in the form of digits, in the form of digital, okay, but I can improve this look and feel. I can put some image, I can put some text, okay, so that the output should look very good. Okay, so what I do, it is showing the correct time. Okay, digital clock is developed. Okay, it is fine, but I can include some image also, and I can include some text also, so that the output should look very good. Okay, so what I am doing, I am using some image. So I am writing here, use the attribute file, and where I can write the name of the file. So you can see there is an image known as this is images.ppm. It is nothing, it is this image. I can show you. Yes, this is this image. One boy is standing here and it is pointing to someone. Okay, one boy is standing here and it is pointing to someone. So I am using this image. Okay, so what is the name of the image? It is images.jpg, but we also know that the photo image construct doesn't accept JPG files. It accepts PNG files, PPM files. Okay, so I am having ppm file also. So I am having images.ppm. So I will use images.ppm. Okay, so I am writing here images.ppm. Okay, and I can use this image. I can distinct label. Okay, so here I am writing label 1 I have already used. So here I can write label 2. Okay, so label 2 equals to label root, and I want to display only the image. Okay, I do not want to provide any foreground, background or font, because I do not want to provide any known as image. And in image attribute I can provide the variable name where image is stored. So img is the variable name. Okay, so this is done. Now I can attach it to the window. So I am attaching to the window. Okay, so label 2 dot pack. Now you can see, yes. Okay, now you can see, yes, there is an image and after this digital time. But here is a boy which is standing and it is pointing to someone. So what I can do, I can display this time, okay, so that it should look like a boy is standing which is pointing to the time, and before that I can also display a message, yes, hey Piyush, you can see the time below. Okay, so I can display one text also, and wherever it is pointing. Okay, so in front of this finger, I can display the time. Okay, so it will look like a boy is standing which is pointing to the current time and say, yes Piyush, you can see the time below. Okay, so what I do, I will simply display this digital time, okay, in front of the finger. Okay, so I am trying to do so, and I want to display one message also, but I will write the message later. Okay, and before that I want to align the image, and in front of the finger I want to display the current time. So instead of using this pack method, I can use place method. So place is a method, okay, by which you can place anything anywhere. So I am using the x coordinate. For example, if you are moving horizontally, okay, so x equals to 500, so you are going horizontally, so x equals to 100 and y equals to, for example, if you are moving from top to down, so I am moving only 100 pixels down. Okay, so I want to display the image first, then image, then in front of the finger, what I want, in front of the finger I want to display the time. Okay, so one image is there, and after that the time will be displayed. So definitely x will increase. So I am writing here x equals to 700, and we are having this image, and in the middle, okay, the digital time should display. So definitely the y dimension, the number of pixels will be higher than 100. So I am writing here 150. Okay, and just replace this back method by place method. So if you are seeing this output, it will look like this. Okay, here I have to write, yes, this is the keyword argument, that's why you have to write x and y. Okay, so you can see the output. Yes, now it is looking fine. A boy is standing and it is pointing to the current time. Okay, again what I can do, before this time I can display one message also, so that it will look very good. Okay, so here, okay, before the time. So label 1 is responsible for displaying the time, and before this time I want to display the message. So what I am doing, I am simply just copy pasting it, or copy pasting this one, because I want to display the message. Okay, so I am making the copy of it, but just provide the different name. So I am using here L3 instead of L1 and L2. What I want is, here you can write any message. So I am writing, hey Piyush, okay, see the time below. Hey Piyush, okay, using exclamation mark, see the time below. Okay, and I can provide some different colors. So here I am writing foreground color yellow instead of cyan, and I can decrease the font size here. Okay, now it is okay. And I have to use this, yes, this 150 is here, y dimension is here, okay, the number of pixels you are moving in downward direction, and I have to provide time after this, okay, after this text. So I can display here, okay, I can keep this y 200. Okay, now see the yes, now see the now it is looking very fine. Okay, now you can see a boy is standing and he is pointing to the message, hey Piyush, see the time below. Okay, and it is showing what? It is showing the current time. And actually it is what? Actually it is 1:23. Okay, it is also showing 1:23. It is PM, it is PM. The current time is 1:23:27 seconds. Okay, so this is looking very good. This is looking very fine.